The Rafah Crossing is Gaza's lifeline, but it's been closed since May 2024. Now, Israeli authorities say it's reopening. Here's what we know. First, only the wounded will be allowed to leave. Israel says the crossing will work in a limited pilot phase, during which about 150 to 200 patients can cross into Egypt each day. Ambulances are already lining up on the Egyptian side of Rafah, waiting for the wounded. But according to Gaza authorities, there are around 22,000 people who need foreign medical assistance. Gaza's health ministry says more than 1,000 people have already died waiting for medical evacuations. Remember, most of these people were wounded during 2 years of Israeli bombing and attacks. They can't get specialized or complicated care in Gaza because Israel's destroyed most hospitals and is still limiting medical supplies. As for those who want to return, about 80,000 Palestinians are waiting in Egypt to go back to Gaza. But under this limited reopening, only 50 people will be allowed to return per day. The Israeli organization that manages the occupied territories says only people who left Gaza during the war can return, and they must receive prior Israeli security approval to do so. The Palestinian Authority will operate the Gaza side of the crossing under the supervision of the European Union. Reopening the border crossing was a key requirement of the ceasefire, and Israel has been under US pressure to uphold its end of the deal. The Netanyahu government tied the return of all captives, alive and dead, to the border reopening. But so far, it doesn't appear that humanitarian aid, building material and heavy machinery will be allowed through, even though aid groups say they're vital for the recovery process. And with so few people allowed in and out per day, this reopening is already being described as little more than symbolic.